Hi. I am Prince Harry. I will be your host for this presentation, using my totally authentic voice and not my spare one. Did you get it? See how I snuck in the word, spare? Alex suggested that someone other than the team leader should do a presentation about what our team has been up to this year. I hope this will tick that box. Please keep in mind that our family motto reads, never complain, never explain. May that apply to this presentation too. Let it be known that the entire team provided input and suggestions for making this utterly gripping and enthralling presentation. Wow, what a year 2023 has turned out to be for the monitoring team. We have been on quite a journey this year. Join us as we walk through some of the highs and lows of what has proved to be a year of deep growth and togetherness for us all. January kicked off with our regular goal-setting session. Unlike previous years, we scaled our goals, targets, and objectives down. We came up with a list of 19 things to achieve this year. We managed to achieve all but 3. Some of the highlights were, developing our own monitoring policy, redesigning our ward structure and work allocation, getting additional support for Chloe, redesigning our trackers and, most importantly, making sure we retain staff by having a great team culture. As you will see from some of the challenges we faced this year, this was no mean feat. Nick started the year off with 3 new staff to train. His philosophical TED Talk encouragement to them was, "That's great, even a blind squirrel finds the odd nut now and again." We have since adopted this as our unofficial team slogan and will be incorporating it into our revised monitoring policy for 2024. February was a time for celebration as Laura Walker welcomed an addition to her family. Though Laura resisted our prompting to call her daughter Sky, we soon adopted Sienna as our newest team member. We had quite an interesting time in March, wading through the Strand underpass consent. Our team was asked to approve works over Easter that the consent did not permit unless exceptional circumstances existed. Ultimately, we got it across the line and, in the process, established a really great working relationship with the civic development team. Our favorite project has to be the TNL Works. A great bunch of people working on this project has made our jobs easy. Being part of such a massive project is really quite exciting for us. We even dragged Sarah out there to show it off. In April, we all joined in on the planning team bus tour. We hope we get to do that again sometime. Katie was appointed as a senior environmental monitoring officer. Liv took over Katie's monitoring officer role, thus providing some relief to Chloe, who gave new meaning to Wired Up. The month of May gave us a chance to participate in the home show. As you can see by the photo, Nick was really very excited to be there. A fun experience for us, and the food was great. Our long service award this year went to Lynn. Her 5 days of invaluable service to the team are very much appreciated. Yes, you heard me correctly. 5 days. Definitely a new record in staff retention. The stream cleanup rolled around. Peter found it seriously challenging trying to keep up with Liv's brisk walking speed. Clearly, Liv missed her calling as a drill sergeant. Some interesting items were found strewn across our waterways. Our citizens clearly prefer not to wear any underwear, much like my Uncle Andrew. Prior to the wet season kicking off, we conducted a sediment and erosion control blitz for the entire month. Since then, we have employed Kane, who has transformed sediment control monitoring with great gusto, much the same way the Springboks took on the World Cup. June marked Katie's introduction to contentious enforcement. A certain developer, who for purposes of this presentation shall remain nameless, provided ample opportunity for Katie to show just how resilient she is. Thanks to Bryce's help, the nameless one applied for a new resource consent, unpermitted activities were stopped, feathers were ruffled, a few tears were shed, and the environment was protected. July was a tough month for us. Michelle started her chemotherapy treatment. It soon became clear that she was not able to keep up with her workload, and so came the tough decision to take time off and focus on her treatment. The good news is that the chemotherapy has now ended. All going well, Michelle will be back with us in February 2024. It was really so great to see the team come together in support of Michelle. Things like this definitely bring us closer. In support of Michelle, we participated in the quiz night in August with our team wearing pink. Sad to say, though, that the judges ruled against Peter's insistence that the Bee Gees were in the top 3 bands with the most #1 hits, a point which Peter is still reluctant to concede. Nicole, please see Exhibit A. In September, Michelle W. started as our new technician. We are pleased to say, and hugely relieved, that Michelle has outlasted our previous technician and doing a fantastic job. In October, Peter found out what it is like to herd cats. A dispute arose between our aforementioned developer and a lawyer, who shall also remain nameless, around the lack of EWI monitoring. What became apparent was that the protocol agreement compiled by the same 2 suspects left much to be desired. Our job descriptions have since been altered to include skills in hostage negotiations. Except for Michelle W., that is, who has found it impossible to negotiate her way out of the underground parking in the new team car, affectionately called the Beast. Simply finding the reverse gear for Chloe and Michelle proved a challenge, requiring an intense search for YouTube tutorials to bail them out of a tight spot. Now that we have exited November, we look forward to the year winding down. To close things off, we had a team barbecue. Due to weather concerns, the barbecue shifted to Rising Tide. Everyone had a great time, and it was a great opportunity to meet everyone's spouses, partners, and kids. Some interesting awards were handed out by Liv. Lisa took away the Speed Demon Award for exceptional and extraordinary driving skills, particularly when laptops are left at home, yet again. We've been through a lot this year. The team have faced and overcome a number of significant challenges personally, including bereavement, breakups, vehicle accidents, injuries, and disease. It seemed appropriate then for each team member to receive a cactus as a small token of appreciation and a reminder that we are resilient and flourish in trying circumstances. We are heading into a busy December before closing for the year. No doubt, we are all looking forward to a much-needed break. 2024 brings the promise of new things, better systems and procedures, more baby otter photos from Nick, more interesting customers, a full staff complement, more fun times together, and hopefully, more nuts for these squirrels to bump into. Enjoy the December break. See you all at the other end of 2023.